Christy. Welcome, welcome. Thank you to all my new followers and welcome to my new followers. If you are watching me live, please stop in and say hello. Tell me where you're from, maybe how you came across the page. Go ahead and comment. If you see the red button, you're live. If not, go ahead and just hashtag replay so I know you watched. We are doing bee series this week, or the rest of this month really, and I've been trying to come up with different ideas for the bees. So tonight we actually are going to be making a primitive bee like this. And the colors are a little different, you guys, but I'll explain. So we're going to be making a bee like this. And we might even get to the cute little hive. So we'll see what happens. We are actually making these out of these, which these are actually paper mache type eggs. So that's what we're going to be making them out of. So that is what we're going to be doing today. I've already I'm sorry I'm a little late, you guys. I am trying to get a little bit better on being on time and letting you guys know the time, but sometimes it's really hard if I'm not prepared, and it depends when Rob comes home and dinner's ready and all that other stuff. So Brandon cooked tonight, my son, so he made a stir fry and it was very, very good. So we'll just go ahead and jump right in while we're still waiting for some people. Basically though, I did do one and I kind of started one. So I'll show you what we used. So right now they are in two pieces. So what you're wanting to do is go ahead and paint the two pieces. I actually did the head a brown color because it makes it look like a little primitive. And I used the Waverly chalk paint in the truffle color. So that is what I used for this one. So I went ahead and did that already. I'm actually going to go ahead and start painting this the golden color. So I actually started this already. And again, I mixed those three colors that I showed you guys before. If you were not on that live, I will show you. So basically, we're making this golden color, as you can see, to match the bee, like a yellow golden color. Kind of like the one we did over here when we did this one a few days ago. Hi, welcome. I mixed this was the weird one, the tutorial beige. I mixed the peach coral color and I mixed the yellow. So you definitely want to use a little bit more yellow, and I just put a touch of this. And I added this to bring out some of the other tones. So that's basically what we did. So because this is so big, and I'm only going to make two, you guys. Or should I make three? We'll go ahead and make two for now. So I'm going to go ahead and take my paint, and we are going to... Hi, welcome. I see a few people jumping on. We're going to go ahead and start on the body. So guess what, you guys? I got an extension cord in here, so I'll be able to glue gun and charge my phone. It should be pretty good right now. And I'll be able to use my dryer just to kind of get it a little bit more bright. I would use two coats. I did one because I was kind of painting this right before I got on live, so I had one ready for you. But I would use two coats, so we might actually use two coats. So if we have time, and if you guys are engaging and interested, I'm actually gonna try to put a little hive together. It's not your typical hive. It's gonna be a little bit different than the normal hives that you've probably seen. This is something that just kind of popped in my brain when I was at, I did run over to Dollar Tree today because I was looking for some wood pieces for an upcoming project. Just a FYI, you guys, we are going to be doing some Mother's Day Mommy and Me projects coming up. I am working on planning some of those out and getting some materials. Right now though, we're doing the bees. I think we'll do one more of the bee activity, and then we'll start doing the Mother's Day. And then we'll start, I actually use a skewer to kind of hold it in place while I do the other side. Or you can use the top of your paintbrush. So, I am working really hard, you guys, so I can plan things out as far as future crafts. So I have all my supplies and things that you'd be interested in. So if you get on here and you're just not interested, tell me what you are interested in learning. I can pretty much go over different things with you. It's kind of like a DJ. I can take special requests. So just leave it in the comments. So that's what we'll start doing that. Okay. So this was rolling on me earlier, so. Uh-oh. I think we came a little undone. Hold on one second, guys. There we go. Now this is just a regular heat gun. Hi, whoever's joining me. I just got this off of Amazon. I think it was like $10 or $12. I don't use a special fancy one. We don't want that paint to dry yet. And honestly, guys, this dries really fast on the paper. So it's not like a wooden project or, you know, something that you want to put a lot of layer on. These actually dried really fast. Like I said, I made one right before I came on, just to kind of see how it was going to come out. I hate surprises sometimes, especially when I'm trying to teach you guys new things. But these just popped into my mind the other day, and I really wanted to get it done and make one for you. Who's on here? Who's on here? Okay. Oops. He's trying to fly away, this bee. Alright. I think chalk paint dries really fast, but this actually dries really, really fast when you use the heat gun. And like, see that, guys? No residue. So, especially when we're doing it on paper. So that's pretty good. Okay, we're gonna do one more coat just to kind of give it a little bit more brightness. And I am almost out of paint, so I'm glad I decided to just do the one and not two. I'm gonna have to mix up more paint before we do another one. Hi! We are doing our series of bees. This is our third in the series. I think we're gonna do a total of 4. I'm pretty excited for the last one. I think the last one, you guys, I've been kind of nitpicking myself really and just trying to make it really nice. I think we're gonna do a live and a DIY maybe outside. Maybe on the side of the house so you guys don't have to hear that air conditioning running. I don't know if you guys remember this was a few months back, more than a few months back, but a while ago I went live on my porch and I didn't realize that you couldn't really hear me, and I was on my porch because I had my whole table set up and I was showing you guys all my stuff, and the air conditioner is right in the back of the house and it's so loud and noisy. So I don't think I'm gonna do that again unless I have like a special microphone or something. Do you like my bee so far? Okay, so basically we're gonna do 2 coats. I'm gonna dry this here. Actually, I'm gonna let it air dry and I'm gonna get to the wings while we let that dry. So let me move this so I don't get burned. And then this is bothering me. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean here when we get to that part, but I left one way and one the other. I couldn't decide, so I'm gonna fix them both. There we go. All right, so for the wings, you guys, you can use any type of material. You can use the wire that we did with the other ones. There's lots of different things that you can do for the wings. I decided, let me pull this guy up and show you. I decided to use this burlap material. This, you can use plain. I kind of like this because it had like the little daisies on it and it just brings it a little bit of character. It'd be cute if you do one of these like with the daisies on it, one of them without. You know, you can have a boy and a girl or whatever you'd like to do, but that's what we're going to do right now. So the way I did this was I took my burlap, and this was at Dollar Tree, you guys. I took my burlap and I folded it in half. So I folded it kind of this way. So it's hard to tell because I already cut those pieces off. But basically I folded it in half, and then I cut a half a heart. Kind of like the hearts that you used to make in kindergarten when you did the little hearts for the Valentines or whatever. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, you could also use, and I think I have one to show you. You can also slit a hole. It's very easy to slit a hole in these if you have the proper tools. If you have a drill, you can use that. I kind of have access to a drill, but I don't feel like getting it out tonight. So we're just going to do with the normal stuff. So you can poke a hole with your scissors, which is basically what I did. I've actually kind of poked a hole a little bit with the glue gun, so I kind of burned off the end. But you can use wire, but you can also use a heart and put it sideways, and then you can paint or Mod Podge the heart. Whatever color you want, you can paint it or do whatever. You can even write on them if you want to. So I have plenty of ideas to do wings, but this was the one I decided to roll with tonight. So basically, you're going to have to make two. So you're just going to go ahead and cut your little heart on the fold of that line. Make sure that you're even. And you could round it off and make it more look like a leaf or however you want to do it. And I try to use as very little material as possible. And there we go. There's one wing. So I'm going to make the other one. I just kind of like making one in front of you guys, and then I'll let you, let the imagination run off of you all. So that is my goal. I don't know if you're new here or if you're watching. I am here to inspire, show you that you can definitely think outside the box when it comes to things, and to envision things when you see something. If you see something, it doesn't necessarily need to always look like that. You can transform almost anything. I mean, most of you, if you're watching this, you're on the internet, you've seen people get really creative. I'm just here to kind of help you along with that journey, and inspire. Inspire your kids, inspire yourself, inspire your family, friends, whatever that will take. Okay, so there's our two wings. This is going to be for our bee. Now, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to dry this a little bit more because it's a little wet. There's my little skewer to keep it in place so it doesn't fly away. I'm going to go ahead and paint my stripes. I make you smile today? Oh, good. I am glad. That is my goal. That's what makes me happy, is to make others happy. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. I'm still a little tired from the craft show. I also worked my other job at the ER last night. Well, not last night. It was a full day shift, pretty much. Okay. I want to get the ends in. And as you can see, it dries really fast, so you don't need to spend a ton of time on things like these, guys. I think most of my lives I try to keep under an hour. Now we are going to I think we're going to make two little projects tonight, maybe. We'll see what happens. So it might go a little over the regular time frame, but these are pretty easy and quick. All right, so I'm going to take, oh, I did that earlier. I got this in my black paint. Okay, I'm going to take my water, or not my water, my paint, rather. And I'm going to go ahead, this is already dry, I'm going to go ahead and do my stripes. Now, what you can do, and actually I think I'm going to do this. I changed my mind. Just kidding. I changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and glue the head onto the body. So you see how that works? I make the body the longer piece of the egg because when you put it upside down, it kind of looks like a body and it looks like there'd be a stinger here. I'm not going to make these bees with stingers because we're going to do something fun with them. So we might decide later. I'm not sure. But right now, I didn't make a stinger. They're going to be like stingerless. That's a word. That's a new word I created. I swear, crafters make up the best words. So, just saying. Every crafter I know has always made up some word. Because they're trying to teach and portray what they're saying. Okay guys, I'm going to show you this up close. So basically you just want to be really, really careful when you put this glue on. And you're going to go ahead and close the egg. Now, if a little bit of glue comes out with these particular ones, you would wait till it dries and then it would just peel off. Because you don't really want that. So we're going to wait till it dries and hardens up for a second. And then we'll go ahead and peel it off. Now, I did do this bee. I put it together and I put the wings on it first and then I painted it. So you might see a little bit of a difference in the two, but that's okay because all bees are different just like all people are different. So no worries there. All right, so that's about dry. We can probably go ahead and peel the end off now. See how I'm just taking that off? And you can do it while it's a little soft too. It's a little bit easier to peel probably right after. Not when you're going to get burned though. This is a project the kids can definitely help with the painting. But you definitely want to make sure that you're doing the pokey stuff and the glue gun. Alright, so there we go. That's shut. So there's the bee. Now, we are going to make our stripes. And then I'm going to remember to put this back in the water because I always forget that. So for this, I'm going to actually make the tip black. So I'm going to actually turn in my paintbrush to try to make this straight little dot. So that's going to be like the little end. And just like the other bees on the corks, you guys, what we're going to do is just start on one side and let our hand be our guide and just go straight across. And I know you don't see that. I'm trying to make it to where you see it. Let me go sideways. My back hurts today. Ugh. I think it's from that busy day we had on Saturday. Whoever came out, thank you so much. We had a great time. It was a really beautiful day. I think we expected a little bit more of a crowd, but I mean, if it's a beautiful day, people are going to get out and take opportunities to, go have fun and do their boating and fishing and swimming and beach and all that. So it's hit or miss when you go to these shows. That's why I'm trying to expand more on the online world and on my Etsy shop. So, all right. So as you can see, I kind of got that even, kind of, sort of. So I'm going to go around one more time. This time, I think I'm going to make a thicker line, but I'm going to put it right underneath the neck. So I'm going to go ahead and just start, and I'm going to let the brown piece, and yes, I did make it brown. That's how you would make it a little more primitive. Country looking, I guess, is how you would else describe it if you don't know the word primitive. I didn't know the word primitive till probably a year ago. I didn't even know what that meant. It just means like rustic, country. I don't know what Google says, but that's what I say. Okay. So we're going to come around, let your neck be the guide. And then I'm just holding it at the bottom. If you ever have an opening and you're trying to paint something, always hold your hand underneath. That's probably the easiest. And I'm actually trying to make it cutesy and not, perfectly straight. That's another thing that makes different, that's another thing that makes things look cutesy and different is when they're not perfect. And now my paint doesn't want to come off. There we go. Here we go. I know I'm being very, very picky right now. Okay, there you are. So there's our bee. All right, I'm gonna let this in the water, Christy. Okay, I'm gonna let this guy dry for a couple minutes, and we're gonna work on the antennas. Just gonna put it right there. Stay. I talk to my crafts. Okay, so the way I did the antennas, I literally, and unfortunately this part, you can poke a hole, like I said, and glue it down in there. And yes, I did make one antenna kind of floppy other than the other one, but it's okay. You can go ahead, we'll go ahead and measure too. But I went ahead and poked it down a little bit with my skewer. And I just put a little bit of glue and I just held it inside the little dab of glue so it kind of stays on there. Once you're in here, or once you put it on, you really can't, I mean, it's not going to come off unless you actually pull it off. So we'll go ahead and work on our antennas. So basically, like I said, guys, you can use anything you want. You can use yarn, you can use wire, you know, you can use fabric, you can use skewers if you want. Just, you know, where's my other thing? If you want 2 antennas, you can do that too. Whatever you want to do. That's why I'm here to inspire. You don't have to be perfect. Okay, but what I did do at the end to make it cutesy is I put a little knot, and that's what was bothering me earlier. I didn't put the knot on the first antenna I put in, and then I did it on the second, and then the second one looked better, so then I had to find a little tiny piece to pull on the end so I could actually make the little knot on that end. So I'm going to make it a little shorter, and then we're going to go ahead and make it. You don't want to make it too long because you want it to kind of stand up like that when it's sitting in the glue, like antennas. So that's about right. So I'm going to go ahead and tie my knot. You can always shorten the end. I want to try to make them even. There you go. See how I did that? I basically just tied an end and I measured it, and you can always make it shorter. Always give yourself enough room. This stuff is cheap, so you don't have to cheapen yourself on jute. That's one thing, that's for sure. Okay, oh perfect. Look at, see? You guys, it's already dry. Pretty much. I'll probably hit it with this again real quick. So Dollar Tree had a lot of stuff today. I might show it off a little bit. I put some of it away, but I have most of it sitting in the bag still until I put it away. I'm working on my craft room still. I have a busy life, you guys. I can never find time for everything I want to do. But I did paint a pegboard, and I'm going to start hanging my stuff and organizing it. I got some bins and baskets. There's our bee we made last time. Okay. I think we're good. See? Ah, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Okay. Now this is what I did. You can use scissors. This is what I did. I think we'll go ahead and put the wings on, or the head. Let's put the antennas on first. Okay. So basically what I did, guys, is I took my skewer and I kind of stuck the end down a little bit, and I made kind of like a little dent in it. And like I said, be very, very careful if you're doing this with kids. Make sure that they, obviously you don't, if you're going to poke it, you can use a sharp object. If you're not going to poke it, you can actually use the end. Probably the safest thing if you're doing it with kids is you can do the end of your paintbrush. You can stick it down in there. You just make a little indent. And then on the opposite side, try to make them even, you do the same thing. And you just put a little dent in it. Just kind of like that. It doesn't have to be, or you can take a little drill and drill the hole in. Make sure you put something very, very small. The end, do something very small for that one. I think think I'm going to trim these up a little bit because I don't want them that long. So like I said, guys, always leave yourself enough so that you can always measure it when it comes down to it and then fix it later. So you're still going to see it a little bit, but I just put a nice big glob of glue just in a circle, just like that. And I put this in, and until this hardens, you just want to hold it in place so it's facing upward the right way, depending on how your string is going. So how was your weekend? I hope you guys did something fun. I hope you treated yourself. I hope you were kind to yourself. Those are all the things that we should definitely always be. Be. I'm really not trying to say that on purpose. We say the letter or the word be a lot. So, all right. That is hardening up, and see how it's sticking up now? That's what we want. So we're going to go ahead and do the other side. And it'll flop a little bit, and that's completely fine. See, it's not even completely stiff or dry yet, so gotta be careful. Just a little dab. The more you put on it, and make sure your knot's on the right end. The more you put on it, the longer it'll take to dry, but that's okay. See how it's flopping? You gotta make sure you hold it in place. And I try my best to get the strings, but sometimes you have to wait, and it's really easy with like a paper product like this. This is actually kind of like a paper mache type thing. That's what it reminds me of anyways. So, hi Kim, welcome Kim. We're making bees tonight. Do you like my primitive bee? We're gonna put wings on it like this. We make these out of the burlap. You can make it from anything though. And then we're doing the, we're gonna possibly do a little hive when we're done. A cute little hive. And if you find that it's falling a little bit, you can just put a little bit of glue and it'll be okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. I always say that, you guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. You made it, and we tend to be our worst critics. So be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Okay, so that's drying. So basically, you guys, what I did for the sides is I just stuck the glue gun. I waited till there wasn't any glue on the end, and I kind of just held it on the end, like right underneath. I did it right underneath the head, and then I just kind of pushed it in and let the heat do the job to like poke a hole. You could do it that way. You could do a little drill bit. I just didn't feel like messing with the drill tonight. And then, or you could use scissors. So I kind of used the glue gun to get this started, and then I added the scissors. Or then I used the scissors, so you can go ahead and try that method so you guys can see. Just be very, very careful because you are working with scissors. And they are sharp. I kind of opened it before. Ooh, see? You just make a little hole. Now, that's probably a little bigger hole than I needed, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and we'll put some glue on the end, and then we're going to tuck it in there like that. And that is how we will make our bee. So you just put a little glue in there, just so it'll stay. And then you can put this down now that those antennas are probably in place. And you can use like your skewer or the end of your paintbrush, whatever you have on hand. And I just kind of, I hope you guys can see this. I just kind of slip it in there, tuck it in there. Like that. So that it's got somewhere for the end to go. I did probably, when I used those scissors, I did put that a little bit bigger than I wanted to, but that's okay. And then I'll go ahead and put a little glue on top. And if you feel creative, you could always bend it around and just kind of shape it however you want. And I'm just kind of sticking it in there right now. There you go. That's how I like it. You don't necessarily need to have the corner in there. See, there it goes. There's our one. And then I try to line up. I used the head earlier to kind of show you that's how you can like see. So let's go ahead and start, or right underneath the head is a good place for you to measure it up where you're going to have that other hole. So it's even. So you don't have a cockeyed bee. Fake eyelashes. I put a little pink bow on the girl bees. That's a really cute idea. I might have a pink bow. I have pink ribbon. I can see it from where I'm at, but I don't want to get up. But yes, you can. You can put a little bow tie on it if you want. So, I have news. I'm so excited. I booked my hotel today for when Sharon and I do the Honeybee Festival. I am super, super excited to do that. We found a really nice hotel that just opened. It's only about 12 minutes away from Hive, where it's going to be at. Okay, there we go. All right, again, put some glue in there. Okay. And then we make sure if you do have a pattern that your pattern's facing the same way. You don't want the pattern facing the wrong way. So I've got this one like this. So I'm going to go ahead and take my skewer and kind of tuck it in there. But I was so excited. I found a new hotel. It's got really good reviews and it is brand new. And it was fairly inexpensive compared to some of the other ones. I was really, really happy. So I booked the hotel. We are staying for 2 nights. Unfortunately, we're only going to do the Honeybee Festival on Saturday. I work Fridays, but it's just a lot of work to do it for 2 days, and then it'll be an extra night stay. So it's already getting a little expensive. We don't want to spend all our money. We're there to make a little money at the craft festival. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more glue in here, you guys, so I can tuck. Oops. I did that earlier. I don't know why. And then I'm kind of just tucking it in here. This is probably the most tedious part. But like I said, if you guys have like an actual hole, it's probably better. I'm going to use the end of this to tuck it in. There you go. And just put a little more glue on top. Alright, there we go. You guys see that? Alright, so now we have our 2 bees. I'm going to go ahead and just leave them like that. I'm not going to mess with them or put anything else on them. But this is a choice, you guys. Primitive things tend to be... I keep saying that. Primitive things tend to be more basic, you know, less is more type thing. But again, this is up to you. This is your bee. So there's the 2 of them together. Okay. Now I'm going to go over what I'm doing for the actual hive part. So you guys will hopefully like my idea. Let me get a little bit of water since I'm talking a lot. You guys like my cup? Augie's cups. If you really want a cup like that, just hit her up. Or let me know and I'll send you her message. My drink is still really cold in the morning after, like I just put water next to my bed at night. Still cold when I wake up. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. Okay, so let me move my paints, you guys. And move some of my stuff out of the way, because I'm not going to need some of this. Definitely going to... I'm going to fold this paper so we have something to work off of. Alright, so here are my beads. I kind of wish I would have made 3 now, but it's okay. Alright guys, so I was in Dollar Tree and I had this thought. I was walking by, I was looking at storage stuff, right? And I really wanted to figure out how we can make hives. So I think I figured it out. What you're going to do is you're going to take 2 gold baskets. They're already gold. If they don't come gold, you could always spray paint them, whatever color you want. So you're going to go like this. That kind of looks like a hive, huh? Something, something, something. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, take some zip strips. Zip ties, whatever you want to call them. I call them zip strips. And you're going to actually probably use quite a few to put them in place. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to kind of put them in place. I'm only going to do 2 on the side for now, guys, because I do need to put something in here. So don't let me put this together and then have nothing to put it in. All right, I think I'm going to do 2. So 1 on this side and 1 on this side. Zip strips you can find at Dollar Tree. I know everybody asks about that. You can buy zip strips in Dollar Tree. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best to line up this, the lines on both sides. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? Good, because that's where I'm going with this. Okay. I have a feeling I'm going to make this and like it and then make it better later and reshow it. So we will see what happens. Now, I'm going to leave this open so I can show you guys what we're going to do. Now, I got this basket came from Dollar Tree. It did not come with the leaves. The leaves just kind of fell out. But I got this basket from Dollar Tree. You guys, it fits right inside. Do you see this? Is it good for you yet? Because it's good for me. All right, so what I'm going to do, styrofoam. I'm getting excited now. You are going to put a little floral arrangement inside. Then we're going to see about either tying or maybe gluing the bees in here so they have their home. Why is this so hard to open? Okie dokie, there we go. Now, don't worry so much about the green showing. It doesn't show that much when you put the flowers in. All right, you guys, whenever you find floral, especially little pieces like this, buy it, get it. It's very handy. You don't always necessarily have to have a stem on everything for it to sit in a vase. Things floral like this is very cool with or without stems because you can do all kinds of things with it. Now, this might be a little harder than I thought, but it's okay. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to stick a little hole in here so I can put a piece of glue and stick that in there. That's what we're doing. Just fill it up. And then be very careful when you're going to put that down. You want to hold it in place at least a few minutes. Okay? Do you guys see where I'm going with this now? A little stem. I don't even need glue with this one. There we go. Ah. You guys know I use this a lot, right? Yeah, we're going to use that too. Okay, that should be good. That should be staying. Put a little glue back here. You guys see where I'm going with this? I'm getting better at floral arrangements than I used to be. Oh, I probably get that from my mom. She used to be a florist. She actually worked in a florist shop. She wasn't a florist per se, but she worked in a floral shop. Pretty cool. Okay. I never really worked with floral until recently. I always kind of made my own crafts, like my own, I guess. All right, so you guys get it, right? You get the gist of what I'm doing. Let me see. I might put this on the side. What I love about the styrofoam, you guys, is you could if you don't like the way it looks, if you don't glue it down, if you don't like the way it looks, you can change it. I just stuck this guy in there, but he doesn't want to stay, but that's okay. We'll get him to stay. And one thing, you guys, you don't have to have everything in place. Like I showed you the trick about the ribbon. If you guys didn't watch that reel, make sure you watch that reel. It was a trick about ribbon and like how you don't have to tie it and glue it and make it permanent. You can clip it on the end and you don't have to make it permanent. You guys see where I'm going with this? I don't know if I like the bee inside of the flowers though. I think I kind of want it on the side of the hive. But let's take a look and see what we get. I shouldn't have zip tied both pink things, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to stick this in here. And now we have a little floral arrangement. Now, you know what would look really great in here, you guys? A candle. So if you don't make it to where you're going to connect all four, you can make it removable like this. And you can just leave it like that. And whenever you want to turn, like a battery operated candle, that's the ones I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a real candle. Don't put a real candle in here. It'll light your house on fire. I don't need to be sued, people. Okay, battery operated camera, put it in here, turn it on, turn it off, make it like a candle ring. It'll be perfect. Now, if you want to get really creative, what I wanted to do and what I'm going to do is this. We're going to actually, I don't know if I want to do it on the top or the bottom. I think I'm going to do it on the bottom, you guys. So, see that bee ribbon that we had so much of? I found another use for it. So, we are going to actually weave it inside like this. Ooh, this is going to look really cute, you guys. I'm excited. I'm excited. We'll just have to put our bees on here. Oh, it's going to look so cute. Okay. Definitely putting one of the bees at the top. All right, so every other hole, you're going to go around and you're going, I don't know who's joining me, but you get to see the beehive we're making, the little floral arrangement. Okay. We're going to go around. We'll be able to straighten it out at the end. And we're going to weave it in between each one. You guys see what I'm doing, right? You see what I'm doing? Do you like it so far? Make sure you leave your feedback. And sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle if you like it. I know I got boring in the beginning, but that's okay. All right, so we will straighten it out at the end. Make sure you leave enough room because you're gonna have enough to, you wanna have enough to tie it off. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Make sure you leave enough. All right. So we basically made this little weave. Oops, I think I missed one. No, maybe I didn't. So basically we weaved it in and out. See how that goes? Oh, I'm glad you like it. Okay. Now, here's where it could get a little dangerous because if you don't want to glue it, you don't have to glue it. You can glue it though. All right. We will make a little tail end for that, but you see how I kind of straightened it out so you can kind of see the bees on the end? I hope you guys see that. Okay. I didn't do this yet, you guys. I just kind of played with the idea. So we're playing with the idea. All right. what I want to do is I kind of want to make a cute bow for the middle piece. So I'm gonna make, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it to where I kind of like my messy bows. I'm gonna put some burlap in here, okay? Just a nice little. We'll probably use the end of our end. So I'm gonna just cut off that old piece, and then we can make it as messy as we want. And I'm just gonna cut a strip, you guys. Now, I also have, what I do with it? We had it on the table. Where'd it go? 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 There it is. I also have this honeycomb fabric, or not fabric, but ribbon. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it ribbon because it's called ribbon. We're going to go ahead and cut some of this off. And last but not least, we're going to cut a little bit of this off. So I'm going to cut a half a piece. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? This is what we're going to do. I'm going to cut a piece down the middle right here, like this, so we have two strips. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to put it together, and then we're going to see how it looks. Those are good scissors. Scissors. Fabric cutting scissors. Always use fabric cutting scissors. How long have we been on here, guys? I don't even know. I don't think it's been an hour yet. I don't think it's been an hour, but that's okay. You guys still with me? Use Velcro sticky dots. If I had them, I would. I don't think I have any right now. You know what? I might have to walk away for a second, but I'll look. But yes, that is a very good idea to use Velcro sticky dots. You can definitely do that. Okay. Looky there. You guys, I'm excited. Where's my other piece? Okay. Oh, this is going to be cool. All right, you know what I'm going to do with this? I'm going to actually cut it in half, and we're just going to make a messy bow. I'm not really good at fancy bows yet, so we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll learn together. That is what I do. I basically start to, you know, share, and then we learn together. All right. I think this might look cute. I don't know though. We will find out. I might squish it up a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how it works. But yes, I think this will look cute. Oh, wrong end. Wrong end. That's the wrong end of the zip strip. Do y'all use zip strips for anything else? What do you use your zip strips for? Did you guys know that they sold them in Dollar Tree? I just want to know who knew that. Because they do. Alright, make sure. Using your scissors. Okay. And then the way we're going to hide that, you guys. Oh, this is so cute. This is going to be so cute, you guys. I think I'm going to fix the ends. Yeah, I'm going to fix the ends. I'm going to roll up the edges so they're not so raw looking. Oh, that kind of scrapped up, but that's okay. I kind of like the way it looks. Sometimes you want raw edges and sometimes you don't, and it's okay. Whatever you guys want to do. I kind of like the way this is coming out though. Alright. So we're going to do our fancy little cut. Oops, wrong way. Remember we learned that the other night. I almost cut it wrong. And cut that. Did you guys know they had zip strips in Dollar Tree? I was asking that for a reason. That's going to be a contest question. Okay, so about the giveaways, why I'm making this, I'm stripping the rest of this bow out. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to cut down the middle of this again. So there's like 2 little pieces that's hanging off. Okay, so I didn't have a whole lot of people on here, and just to give my new followers a opportunity to sprinkle, and I think I'm going to announce the winner on Wednesday. So you guys know, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle my page. And it doesn't matter where you are, I will mail this to you. I have, oh, I kind of like that. What do you guys think? I can't see the other side, but that's okay, because we kind of want it different. Okay. If you guys sprinkle my page, I have 2 giveaways, and I don't care where you are. I will mail them to you. So just so you know, make sure you sprinkle my page. Okay. So all your friends, all your crafting friends, aunts, uncles, sisters, brothers, whatever you think will like this stuff that we do. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I wanted to be a little bit more prepared for this. Okay, so I think we're going to do is I think we're going to glue these 2 together. And I'm running out of glue, so I might have to get more. Okay, Velcro stickies. I'm trying to think how that would work. How would that work? I don't know if they'd stay onto the basket. I'm not sure if they would stay onto the basket or not. I'll come back to that thought though. If you know, if you can offer me some info on what you mean, I would appreciate that. Okay, so we're gonna put a little glue and we're gonna hide our zip tie. So contest. I'll probably announce a winner on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I'll go ahead and pick somebody to win the 2 prizes. I will pick 2 people. So one of them is a B prize, and I'm sorry, it's buried underneath my stuff, guys. And then I have the coffee mugs. So I will pick a winner on Wednesday. Make sure when you are sprinkling, you are letting me know that you sprinkled so that I can enter you in the contest. And it's no charge for it. I'm just getting your address and sending that out to you. Okay. I kind of like it, you guys. I'm going to skinch it up a little bit more. And I think I'm going to cut the strips a little bit. And I think I am going to glue the bottom piece to the ribbon. It'll still be a little, I'm going to glue this right here. And it'll still be a little bit of where you could actually like take it apart. All right. I'm probably not ecstatic about the bow, but I do like the bow. It's really cute. Okay. Hold this in place for a few minutes. So make sure you're sprinkling my page. If you don't know what that means, just go ahead and hit that SHARE button. That's a sprinkle. And let me know you did so that I can offer you a prize. All right, I'm cutting the top pieces just a little bit, you guys, because they're a little too big for my taste. All right. Look at this, you guys. Isn't that cute so far? That's our beehive. Okay. Or it's supposed to be looking like a beehive. Now, I think this would be really cute with a light up candle. Like not a little one, obviously not a little tea light, you guys, because that'll get lost in here, but like an extra big one in the middle. The way you would do that is you would go ahead and pre-cut your foam piece that we used and put it inside and make sure that there's a little hole there to actually stick it inside. And then, like I said, I really like the way we added the basket underneath because that just kind of gives it something. Okay, now our bees. I want to put one up here and I want to put one right here. Yes, that's true. I could. I don't have any on hand though. So I had a suggestion to hang the bee inside with the fishing line. That is a very good suggestion. I do not have fishing line right now, but just to kind of get an idea of what you can do, I think I'm going to go ahead and just kind of tie with jute. Yeah, I think we're going to tie with jute. That jute's too small though. So I'm going to go ahead and put it around. So we learn as we go, guys. But yes, I do like that. I do like that. I kind of like the way they're outside of the hive though, too. It's kind of a catch. It's a catch-22 type thing. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and tie very lightly. And you could put a dab of glue on it if you think you're never going to touch that bee again and you're just going to leave it there. I'm going to go ahead and tie a little knot. That way I can actually undo it later, just in case. But I'm going to tie a knot. I'm going to tie a piece of jute on there. So now I've got, the way I did it was, and it actually kind of looks cute. It doesn't look too bad. I got one on one wing and one on the other, so it kind of holds it together. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie it. This was kind of my vision, but it's actually coming out a little cuter than I visioned. So, could it be better? Probably. Could you guys do better? Probably. I have all the faith in you guys. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Okay. And then the trick is going to be to kind of tie it up as good as you need. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think it turned out I think it's turning out really cute. And then I do have an idea at the very end. So, all right. Now, you guys, you could leave a little twine on here just to kind of give it a little bit of more character. I think I will leave that there just in case I don't like it later, because we are our worst critics, right? Now, I think I'm going to add a little bit of this, just a little strip kind of weaving in and out of the basket. And then at the very end, we are going to hide our zip ties. I think I'm just going to leave 2 on, you guys. I don't think we're going to need all 4. Because if you are going to put a candle in it, which I think I'm going to try later, if you're going to put a candle in it, then you want this to kind of be removable. So make sure when you're putting your bees on, wherever you're putting, you're just putting it on one piece. Don't tie it the 2 together, because then it won't be removable. So that's a very, very good point. Okay, and then I really, really want that other one on top. And I think it would be really, really cute. It's probably way too much, but we'll see what happens. Hi, whoever's jumping on to join me. I see some more people. I don't know what that was. I heard a noise. It was very strange. All right, so I kind of want this little guy to go that way, but we'll figure out how he's going to go. All right, let's see. Now, it would be a great time to put that fishing line on there and then actually tie it. But because we don't have that, and we're going to go through this through time's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and tie this little bugger on top. Because you can't really glue it to the wire. But you guys see what we're doing, right? You guys see what we're doing. All right, I actually might use my twine and actually wire him to the top. What do you guys think of that? And they do look really, really cute. All right. So that's our top. All right. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. All right. So we're going to take our twine, or not twine, but this is like little floral wire. You guys have seen me use this many, many times. I'm still live. You can come in and say hi. I swear I heard someone coming. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually do this around, and I think it was the dogs. That may have been my dogs. Hi, welcome. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie the little bee on the top, and then we're gonna leave the little vine, almost like he's like stuck in the vines. And we might, I know. We're gonna go through the bottom where I actually put the twine on. So we're gonna go ahead and go like this. You're back! Oh, Sharon is back and she didn't win anything at bingo. I am so sorry, Sharon. One day I was just thinking to myself, I was sitting here painting and thinking to myself, one day I wanna go with you. We should do bingo one night. That'll be fun. Maybe you'll win something if you take me along. Okay. So now, you guys see where we're going with this? Oh, this is going to be really cute. So we are going to kind of just twist him on there because he's going to be secured with the twine and that. And then I think I'm going to do the same thing for this guy. So floral wire would probably be your best bet. If you have any type of twine like this, that is also a good idea. I'm actually going to use some of that though in just a moment. But I think I'm going to attach this one the same way. And that way we have a little bit of more floral on top. Sharon, do you see what I'm making? I kind of sort of made a little floral arrangement that almost looks like a beehive because we're still doing bees this week. Okay. The only bad thing about this is these little beads get in my way. All right, so we're gonna twist this around, and we're gonna twist this one around this way, and this is gonna hold it in place, you guys. It may not be perfect, but that's okay. It's still gonna look really cute. And all of your ideas are gonna come together at the end and you'll see. You'll see how this looks. All right. Sharon, I forgot to text Gail and let her know I was on. I feel bad now. I did post it though. So you guys gotta watch your posting. Also, you guys have to make sure that you are getting notifications that I'm going online. Make sure you're signing up for the notification part. That's done on my page somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where, but it's done on the page somewhere. Okay. So again, we're gonna use this twine and we're actually going to make it to where you can hang it. What do you guys think of that? Tomorrow I'm going to go get a light up candle because I really want to put a candle in here and see how it goes. All right, so, oops, I don't like the way that end looks. I would recommend I would recommend when you're using this wire stuff to use wire cutters and not scissors, but since I didn't have mine on hand, that's what we're using right now. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go in between two. Actually, I'm going to make sure it's straight. It's the hang. So yeah, so you're going to go ahead and pick your little square that you're in. Pick your little square that's in the middle of the basket. Bring this wire up and twist it around just a couple times. Hi, I've got more people on. We are finishing up our little floral beehive with our primitive bees that we made. We made the little primitive bees out of these eggs. And I've got more ideas for those eggs coming, you guys. So that's why I haven't put them away since Easter. I have always told you guys whenever it's the end of a holiday to get down that aisle and buy some stuff on clearance because they can always be used for something else. And I always tell you guys that. And that is when it's the cheapest and you get really great deals. And you can make inexpensive stuff. Alright. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at this. Isn't it cute? Does it look like a little beehive? Be honest. I think it does. I think the shape and the color make it. We put the little ribbon on the ends. And then we put our little basket inside. We have our florals in there. You could keep it to where you can put a little candle in there and keep it to where it's removable. Or you can just leave it like that and you can hang it up. And then you can just zip tie the end. Oh, I love the way it turned out. Okay, now the last thing that I would say to do, you can put little ribbons on the back of here. You can put little things in burlap, or you can, where was that other piece of jute I had earlier? I kind of threw it. There it goes. You can wrap your jute around that little zip tie just to keep it from being seen. If you're really picky about stuff being seen, like you don't want it to be shown, and you're very critical on yourself if something like shows like that, or what do they call it, OCD, then you can just wrap it around. And I'm doing that now, so I'll show you. So you basically make a couple ends to this, and you're just going to wrap it through and hide it. And you can do that with ribbon. You don't have to do it with jute. I probably don't have enough jute on it, but I'll show you in a second. I'm doing it back here so you can't really see. But basically I'm wrapping it around this way. If you see what I mean. You could just cover it up. Or you can just let it be. Let it be. Let it be, let it be. Yes, I know, Sharon. I was so excited. I was telling everybody I got our hotel for Hey Hira. Do you know, have you Googled Hey Hira? Do you know what Google calls it? Google doesn't call it Hey Hira. They go Ha-Hira or something like it. It's so weird. It's so weird the way they say it. It's hilarious. I'm just like, what are these people talking about? Alright, I'm putting a little glue back here. I'm putting a little glue back here just to kind of hold it in place. One last little bit. And like I said, it's not perfect, but it's for our lives, so it doesn't have to be. B. You guys are gonna hate me after the end of all this of this series because you're tired of hearing me say B. All right, so does this look like a little hive, little floral hive? I'll know when I get there. Okay, I'm excited to get there. I'm excited to get there. You see what we did? Woohoo! Look at that. I'm gonna cut the ends of my. Cut the end of my bow a little bit, but My bow could be a little bit more fancier and prettier, but that's okay. We're all working on ourselves, right? We're all working on that. So I probably would make one and put it in there. Now that I'm looking at it, it would probably look cute. You don't have to have different colors to clash either. You could use whatever. You could just use greenery. You don't have to use that. You can just use plain. I mean, you could just keep it open as a basket and just keep whatever in there. I just kind of really like the way it turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and probably maybe tie the end, or we could do this. Look, guys, we can keep it semi-permanent. I'm going to do this real quick, and then I'm going to jump off because I think I've kept you guys on here too long. I don't even know what time it is. Oh my gosh, we've been on here a while. This is one of those longer lives. That's okay. We kind of made 2 projects in one today, so that's okay. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap the twine around it in the front, maybe 1 or 2 times, so that it'll hold in that place as well. That way it won't open. And the twine gives it an extra something because it adds a little bit more greenery to it. See what we mean? Isn't that perfect? I'm glad you love it. I'm so glad you love it. All right, so you guys know what to do, right? You guys know to sprinkle. I don't have any announcements on any new things coming up besides Hey Hira. If you're in Georgia, we will be in Hey Hira in October. So that's a long time from now. I'm sure I'll be at another place before then. Make sure you sprinkle. I am doing, on Wednesday, I'm going to announce the winner of the cups. Make sure you're telling me that you're sprinkling. And then I have bee dish towels. So let me grab them real quick. Sorry, they're kind of buried under here. This is our last bee project, so make sure you sprinkle that too. Whatever one you want to sprinkle, you can sprinkle them all. You can sprinkle one. Just let me know you did it. And then this is what we're going to be giving away. So I've got 2 prizes for 2 people. Make sure you're sprinkling. All right, guys. That is it for tonight. Thank you for being patient and staying with me. We kind of did 2 projects tonight, but I think it was really fun. I'm probably going to tie her down a little bit more. But I appreciate you staying with me, and we will see you guys later. Bye.